All right, so we've got the Scythe battle cruiser. I'll call that in a second. Let's take a good look. I mean, it's a nice model, and you can see, we'll see in a second when the hard points come in. I bet you they're all, yeah, all the hard points right along this big blade, and you can see that it just absolutely annihilated that space station that was in front of it. I'll put it against this Vindicator here in a second. So yeah, look at all these guns just absolutely pounding away at it. But you know, the turning radius is not super fast, so it's got some pretty major disadvantages as well. See, like, even that, like, that interdictor there, like, I can't fire back at that very easily. I've got to fully turn. Some, you know, missile launchers would help from that. But yeah, I haven't done a single bit of damage to it, not a lick of damage, so you really need to have, that's why, like, these Shawshores, or the even, I don't know if the Tri-Scythe has any flank weapons, but you know, you really got to be careful with these things. But yeah, but then once it does get it in sight, it's, you know, pretty much game over. Hey guys, this is Eckhartsladder. Hello and welcome to another Star Wars Empire at War video. And you know what? It's been a while since I've done an Empire at War video for you guys. I've been covering a lot of squadrons and other stuff lately, so I am excited. Today we will be looking at the Star Wars Legacy at War mod for Star Wars Empire at War, which you can probably tell by the stuff going on in the background here is a mod set in the Legacy era of Star Wars, so about 130 years after the original Star Wars movie. So in this point in galactic history, the Galactic Alliance, which had formed out of the New Republic, has just been ousted by a combined effort of the Empire, the Fel Empire at this point, and the Sith. But of course, the Sith also turned on the Empire, so we've got a sort of massive three-way war here between a Sith faction called the One Sith, as led by Darth Krayt, a Galactic Alliance faction, the good guys, and an Imperial faction. So this mod, Legacy at War, I believe has actually been on the scene for some time. It recently got a new release on Steam. So today, in this brief look at the mod, we're going to check out the skirmish mode, take a look at some of the capital ships, and maybe at the end, we're not going to get into a campaign, but I'll take a look at some of the maps and some of the offerings. With that being said, let's start a new skirmish battle. We will play on one of the custom maps. There's some cool ones here. Yeah, Lando's Folly, that's from the New Jedi Order. Let's try... Let's try Hoth Legacy. We'll play as the Galactic Alliance. We will go against the... Let's go against the Sith Empire. We'll put them on medium, and we'll start. All right, so let's just pause it real quick. We're playing on the Hoth map. Take a look at what we've got here. So everything in this era is new. We've got new capital ships. We've got new starfighters. This is the Crossfire. I recognize this one right away. This is an official image they've got here they're using. The Crossfire is, you know, just like it sounds like. Let me turn the game volume down a little bit. It's a fighter with the cross on the front. This one in particular is, I think it's kind of like a multi-role fighter, sort of like an X-Wing successor. And right now, actually, we can only build Crossfires and BB-2 Starfires. This is a bomber. So we've got our air superiority fighter and a bomber. I'm gonna go ahead and push for the first upgrade. See if I can grab some asteroids. We got one over here, and I'll rush towards these ones down here. I'm not sure if this is a base game map or if this is a slightly altered version of a base game map or what's going on here. But that's not really why we're here. There are some custom maps as well. So get that built. Let's go ahead and build the turrets. Got lots of money. And I imagine the AI is actually as well probably going to rush this first level. Oh yeah. The first tech level. Yeah, they're actually already down here by the asteroid. So let's get our fighters out in mass. Yeah, and that's their space station up. Ours should be done now. So we've got a Corvette here, the YZ2 2500. I believe this mod uses a sort of mix of some of the wider available assets that you'll see in kind of most of the asset collection mods. So like, for example, the new Jedi Order mod, if they need New Republic ships, they'll use typically some of the evil Jedi models or whomever else. But this seems to have a mix of some of those, the ones that you see in a lot of Empire War mods, and also some... I don't want to say this, I don't want to say anything definitively, but I do think there are also some custom models as well, which is pretty cool. Go ahead and upgrade that. So this looks like it's providing with some specialized resources for us, so I'd like to grab that if we could, and this... let's get some more fighters down if we can. I think sometimes the AI doesn't quite realize how important map control is. So we also have one of the more famous Legacy era fighters for the GA, the Twin Tail, which is kind of like the new generation X-Wing. And they've actually dropped a... It's not great. They've dropped a Corvette down there. We don't really have... Okay, so we just actually... I'm going to pause for a second, take a look at some of these ships. So we've just teched up to level 3. We've got some more well-known ships from this era. The Shawshore in this is a frigate, and it's treated kind of like a multi-role vessel, because I see there's a bunch of different options. So there's like a Shawshore standard frigate, which I will build. There is an interdictor. There is a... Oops, I built the artillery version. Let's just build the regular one. There is a reconnaissance one, and then we also have the Sabertooth. The GA ships in this era are pretty interesting. A lot of them have like a really large forward blade. So you get firing lines that kind of just go straight ahead. It's interesting. But I don't want to drop any more fighters down there. I'm going to wait until this Shawshore is ready. Then we will take on this Assassin class Corvette. Just serving the Crate Empire. I'm imagining that a lot of the Crate Empire ships are going to be fan-in or models from other mods, just because you see less Crate Empire stuff than you do for the Fel Empire. Alright, so they've got lots of fighters coming down on our Shawshore. Let's get some fighter support down. You guys can go ahead and help. What is this? Minstrel class cruiser. Alright, whatever. Alright, so we got the Sabertooth. That'll provide some lighter fire support. Doing a pretty good job of securing these important asteroids down here. We're actually kind of making a run at our base, interestingly enough. Build this other asteroid. Curious to see what this turns out to be. Yeah, I will move my frigates in here a bit. Oh, this actually has a ton of weapons, so that's nice. One thing I noticed about this mod, I played a bit of a test run, but I didn't do a whole battle because I wanted to give a honest reaction. I noticed that a lot of the weapons have really long ranges. Interesting. I feel like I recognize this ship, but I don't know from where. Anyway, let's get in. Well, it's going to take a shot on that de-shielded Vindicator there. The Assassin moves pretty damn quickly. I like that. So I think we just leveled up again, so we should be getting some heavier stuff now. So right now we've got the main battle cruiser of the main large capital ship, actually, of the GA, which is the Scythe class, and then we also have the Tri-Scythe. I'm going to try to build both. The Scythe is really interesting because most of its weapons, in fact, pretty much all of its weapons, except for maybe some secondary ones, are concentrated across a single large blade at the front of the ship, which obviously has some interesting tactical implications, I think, putting it mildly. Which I think is good for Empire War. You should have really kind of weird ships, or ships which have you know, because when you get the scythe out, anything that's directly in front of it, even a more powerful capital ship is going to get, you know, pounded away. But if you attack from the side, you know, it's highly specialized, which I think is cool. Does it make a lot of sense from a, you know, a naval perspective? Yeah, probably not. Let's get one built anyway. See if we can get this bottom asteroid so we can see some more capital ships. I'd like to see if we could get this third asteroid down here. We're spawning some fighters from the base, so let's get those. Still have this guy. He's gonna go through the asteroid, take some damage, I think. Is he taking damage? No, I guess not. So he's got actually pretty much all, well, a good mix of laser cannons and turbo lasers, so helpful to have him down here where there's both fighters and probably some capital ships on their way. Yeah, this assassin's interesting. Alright, so we've got the Scythe, the battle cruiser. I'll call that in a second. I also want to build a tri-scythe as well. And we will maybe assault their base, or call it in down here or over here. Let's take a good look. I mean, it's a nice model. And you can see, we'll see in a second when the hard points come in. I bet you they're all, yeah, all the hard points right along this big blade. And you can see that it just absolutely annihilated that space station that was in front of it. I'll put it against this Vindicator here in a second. Or this ship, whatever this is. Looks like another kind of stock asset. So yeah, look at all these guns, just absolutely pounding away at it. But, you know, the turning radius is not super fast, so it's got some pretty major disadvantages as well. See, like, even that, like, that interdictor there, like, I can't fire back at that very easily. I've got to fully turn. Some, you know, missile launchers would help from that perspective, but yeah, I haven't done a single bit of damage to it, not a lick of damage, so you really need to have, that's why like these Shaw Shores or the even, I don't know if the Tri-Scythe has any flank weapons, but you know, you really got to be careful with these things. Let's set it to upgrade to level 3 as well. But yeah, but then once it does get it in sight, it's, you know, pretty much game over. I was hoping you get to see a Pelion Star Destroyer or something. I think I'll play the next skirmish match as the Fel Empire. So here's the Tri-Scythe, which obviously is similar design. I gotta say, the GA has some stupid ships. You know, from a, if we're talking from a military sense, but I'm not gonna say they don't look cool, especially together. Holding formation, this battle line, like, I don't know, it's pretty cool. Let's build one of those artillery vehicles. We'll build the Sabertooth. Let's move the Scythe up a bit. Oh yeah, and those technically are Mon Calamari cruisers, by the way. The Scythe is the MC-140. I think, right? Is that the class designator? Am I wrong about that? Why am I double guessing this right now? Anyway, we'll assault the space station in a second because we've got a lot of firepower here. And just these few cruisers. Yeah, a lot of the support ship coming in behind now. A smaller one over here. Good looking fleet. But while I've been looking at this fleet, I have lost a lot of stuff down there. But I think we'll just kind of prepare for a final assault here. Let's build one more of these main battle cruisers. Or I'll see. I'm pretty sure the final upgrade just gives us a hero, maybe. Yeah, alright. I think we're actually probably doing some damage to that station, even from that distance. Let's just see, though. So for the final level, we have a hero. I checked him. I think he's in just in a Scythe. We've got the blue diver here. The blue divers, they technically call it the Emancipator in this. It's just a fan design ship. That's that same model that's always in everything. Kind of want to get the fleet just away for a nice shot at this point. So, like, the ship models are not bad, that's for sure. They're pretty standard Empire War affair. Don't mean that in a bad way. I do like how they gave some of the GAs, like, secondary features, or, like, multi-role kind of small ship stuff all to the Shaw Shore. Alright, let's get in position here. Let's get big ships moving first. You guys chill. Chill. You chill. Can I get you turned, please? Yeah, I will say the blades, you know, they're dumb, but they look cool. Coming together to, you know, put massive fire on a single enemy. And to be honest, that is kind of what they're for. So let's have them move in. Beefy looking thing, isn't it? The tri-scythe. So yeah, all these ships are just asking to be outflanked, which is kind of an interesting dynamic that could play out in the games. Alright, let's go for... I guess they don't have any shields. Let's just... Oh, there's a shield generator. Taking some screenshots. I think it's pretty sturdy though, and that's, you know, that's kind of the thing with a lot of these mods. They're not really balanced. Like, if we're being completely honest. Like, I've got 3 heavy cruisers just giving it to it, and it's not. Shields aren't even moving. Oh, we've got special features here. Go ahead. I guess we're making some progress. But yeah, with like 3 heavy cruisers with all their forward-facing guns, we should probably be moving through here a little quicker. We can also launch fighters as well. I like the cruisers have manual fighter launch, which is kind of nice. He's getting ravaged. So yeah, I think maybe a little imbalanced. This is another like, you can see that you see this ship in Yoda mod and stuff. Although I will say the model itself looks like maybe it's been updated at some point since I last saw it. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave this skirmish at this. Let's go ahead and start another one up. We'll play as the Fel Empire and see what they've got going. Alrighty guys, so we are doing another game. This time we are playing as the Fel Empire. So basically the version of the Empire that exists in the Legacy era. And of course, right off the bat, we have the Predator, which is the famous Fel Empire starfighter. It's basically like the ultimate version of the TIE Fighter, and somehow even goofier looking, which is kind of a technological feat that shouldn't be ignored. Yes, Commander. Alright, so let's go ahead and capture these asteroids. Again, I played another practice mode before, or another practice game before this, and I noticed some pretty serious balancing issues. So just treat this mostly as a... I'll try to show you guys the Fel Empire ships, basically. Don't expect a whole lot more than that for right now. We wiped them out in the middle at least. That's good. Looks like there's a Hut asteroid down there or whatever. Might as well go there. Keep those. So we've got an Imperial Customs Corvette. I don't know if this was actually a ship. A lot of these ships, like, it's been ages since I've read Legacy comics, so like a lot of them I don't know what's fanon, what's not. As I said, a lot of these are kind of a mix of, it seems like new models, or at least Legends accurate models with some of the more fanon stuff that we often see in the AW. So it's a little hard to keep them all straight. Alright, so we got another... Oh no, leave it alone. Our little Corvette's a little bit larger. So we don't get anything from this, apparently? Interesting. I'm not going to queue that upgrade, actually. I don't need that done right yet. Upgrade that. I mean, that might not do anything, but the AI will attack it at least. So we're getting 76% of our way done to tech level 3. We should start to see some smaller Star Destroyers there, like the Ardent, for example, I would expect to see there. And then after that, we'll see the Pelion and maybe the Imperious class. And the Pelion is kind of like the new super powerful Star Destroyer that the Fel Empire uses. Then the Imperious is like the upgraded version of that. So yeah, we've got the Ardent here. I'll buy one of those and I will set it to upgrade to level 3 now. I'm just doing work over here. We'll get out of there. So I got both these asteroids covered. Figure if I want to take a minute out from upgrading to buy the resource upgrades for my asteroids, it's probably worth it. They usually go pretty quick as well. Did I lose one down here? Aren't I supposed to have an asteroid down here? For some reason it seems like that they don't mark them on the map in the same way that other mods do, which is kind of a weird choice. I can't remember where all the asteroids are. Maybe it's possible it just hasn't respawned yet? I don't know. Because we just lost that one. Now we don't have any. I don't know what's going on. Well, kind of glad I didn't spend a bunch of money into upgrading that stuff then. Just keep the middle protected, then we can recapture that asteroid whenever. Here, I'm gonna grab you, see if you can go take out this. Oh, there's one back. Okay, my Ardent's taking some fire from something. Just a bunch of fighters down here, really. I should try to grab... Who dropped the seismic charge? Oh, he did. Okay. I'm gonna try to grab that over there. So the Ardent move up. It has some anti-starfighter weapons, turbo laser batteries or heavy turbo laser batteries, and probably some laser cannons on here somewhere. Maybe not, actually. Alright, so I think we just got our level 4. We did, so now we've got a Pelion that we can build. And that'll give us a really big upgrade in firepower over the enemy. Probably not really the best ship to build right now, but honestly I mostly want to show it. So yeah, we can see this is the interdictor version of the Shawshore. It's got, I guess, some interdiction technology there on the bottom. don't know whether we'll outgun this, but the Pelion will easily demolish this thing. We need is more corvettes.
Ready for battle. Roger that. Asteroids ahead. Evasive maneuvers.
Please don't destroy my asteroid, guys.
Star Destroyer reporting in. Order confirmed.
And it's gone. Got no money.
System is down. The lasers are our target.
So yeah, this is an easy AI, I think this time too, because I was having balancing issues. We're still kind of... For one thing, it seems like the range is a bit long. I don't know why the asteroids disappear as well. I don't think other mods do that. But yeah, you can see the Pelion. I didn't expect it to fully be in range there, but it is.
Our turbo lasers. Engaging here.
I won't be too gutted if I can't show you guys the Imperius, because it kind of just looks like slightly cooler Pelion. Is the asteroid up here? Is that where it is? Well, it doesn't matter. They got that captured. Is it back here?
Evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, Pelion's getting chewed apart by that station. They got a lot of fighters too. So yeah, we are gonna lose this one. Let's just take a look at a campaign. Take a look at a Galactic Conquest. Sith Imperial War. Let's play as the GA. Just pop on and see what we got for ships here. Just to set up too, I'm kind of curious. Maybe run a battle or two. See it from the other perspectives as well. Alright. So they definitely could use some help with the map UI. One thing I really like about Thrawn's Revenge, they put a lot of effort into the map UI. So mostly Shaw Shores here. Oh, we're at tech level. I think there's a tech level thing going on here. Yeah, so we're dealing with a pretty kind of dated look for a modern mod. I mean, that's kind of been my perspective on a lot. Again, it's kind of a... Seems like this mod team that's currently working on it is mostly taken over from what came before, which is interesting. But just kind of going with reasonable expectations, I'd say. Yeah, actually, I don't think we're tech limited because I can build the tri-scythe and stuff.
If you insist.
I'm looking for an enemy to fight. Let's go to Manan. So this should be fairly early on in the war, I guess. We still have Coruscant and shit. I'll resolve that.
I knew you would say that.
Interesting. And to be clear, I should also say that the mod team has made no claim. Oh, nice, we got Garstazi. The mod team has made no claim that this is like a nearly complete version or anything like that. Yeah, these are all just empty systems. I'm just going to try it as one of the other factions, see what's going on. It is possible that this mode's just not ready yet. And it is useful for you guys to know, because I know that a lot of you probably won't be super interested in... That looks like the Imperius there, maybe. Okay, I know a lot of you won't be interested in... Did I just click... Okay, one second, I clicked the wrong faction. Won't be interested in the game if it doesn't have like a full Galactic Conquest mode that you can play. Alright, so we are playing as the Sith Empire. Yeah, so we've got mostly... At this point, it's given us ISDs as the Sith, so that's interesting. We've got like Kraid, and is that supposed to be... Yeah, okay. Let's just throw this fleet into battle. I think these are all just ordinary ISDs. And then we'll try finally the Fel Empire, see what they got going on. Let's lead with see what Darth Crate's got going for him. Attack Mandalore.
Tactical battle imminent. Choose your reinforcements.
Okay.
Is acknowledged.
This pitiful force is
So yeah, these are just
on the system. Dispatch them so that we can secure orbit for the Empire.
I think that's a base game ISD model, but I can't even be sure of that. Kind of weird how we're vectoring it at that angle, considering where the base is. All right, let's just finally try Fel Empire or Fel Imperium. And yeah, kind of more of the same small sector map. We even have even less ships in this one, I think.
Transmission received. Moving out. Heading out.
Of course, we start from Bastion though, which is nice. Got like shipyards at a lot of these planets, but we can't build a whole lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and say that the conquest mode is still pretty rough, as is most of this. I noticed balancing in skirmish is, I don't want to say non-existent, but it's didn't work super well for me anyway. But the mod is still in development. It's just been kind of resurrected from the dead based on my understanding. So if you're interested in the Legacy era, make sure to throw the mod some support. Again, it's called Legacy at War. I'll include a link down in the description, but you can find it on Steam. Till next time though, guys, this has been Eckhartsladder. May the Force be with you.